Hey folks, it's Kevin Vargas, and I'm here with Andy Golden Boy Perez. He'll be fighting in the co-main event of Sparta's first ever bare knuckle fighting promotion ever card. So here we are. Golden Boy Andy, how we doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, my man?
I'm chilling. Listen, I'm all the way here in New York, Long Island, New York, hometown of Chris Weidman, if you didn't know. And you're all the way down in Arizona, where Benson Henderson fights, from. So, listen,
Nah, you mean? Hold on. If we're gonna give credit, let's give credit to who deserves it.
All right, let's give it to me.
Don Fry.
Okay.
George Roop. Efrain Esquero. Cain Velasquez.
McCain, yep.
Anthony Burchek, Joey Rivera.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know he was from there.
Yeah. Oh, the Joey Rivera is my head coach. Actually, he's actually from your side of town. He's an East Coast boy.
Oh.
Or he's from Jersey.
Oh, okay. He's from Jersey though.
And I'm his number one goon. I'm his first prodigy for real.
Right.
He'll tell you.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, you got the Golden Boy nickname, and it's not easy carrying the weight of Golden Boy on your shoulders, right? We got, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. In order to have the title Golden Boy, you got to be special. Gold is special. So
Yes,
now, listen, Andy, first time meeting you, give me a little information about yourself. Where you're from, what's your background, all that, information.
All right. I'm Andy Perez. Born and raised in Tucson, Arizona. I'm actually from a single mom from Mexico, but my family ties is actually my father is a professional boxer, and I guess it's in the bloodline. And my mom is the reason I am who I am because she has the biggest heart in the world. And she was able to work 2 jobs, feed my grandpa, me, and the kids, and plus the nephews that she inherited. So, if she's able to do that, and all I had to do was just wrestle, I'm telling you, I didn't have to do nothing besides wrestle and at least stay ineligible, which I couldn't even do half the time.
So listen, coming from a single mom, I understand. My dad is a very sick guy. My mom worked 2 jobs to help me go to school and stuff. So I can understand. Each fight when you go in, does it inspire you? Does your mom have a part inspire you to fight each time?
My mom's the reason I'm able to, the reason I step in the cage. I'm telling you, she has 2 kids. One passed away, so I'm the only thing left. So I'm actually a former heroin addict, opiates. So I was able to, like I said, I was that golden kid, but sometimes that value of gold goes down. Mm-hmm. And I was at that point where my value of gold was down. And I didn't like the fact that if I stayed where I'm at, my reputation and people are going to know, oh, that's Mercedes. She had a heroin addict kid. I couldn't live with the fact like that. In my head, it's when I was in that dark place by myself trying to get out because nobody knows what the withdrawals are. All you guys are talking about the COVID, blah, 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 getting sick. Have you ever had withdrawals? That's way worse than this fucking COVID shit I'm telling you about. And I'm sorry to get into that, but that's a part of who I am because when I was in that dark place, because it's just me, no one has to the sickness. It's me that has to fight, just like it's me in the cage, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, in that head that I'm thinking, man, how cool would it be to have this comeback story, this kid from Tucson, Arizona, be able to fight an illness that all his boys are still stuck in his town. And it sucks to say it, there's only a couple of them that made it out. And I'm one of them. And, to look my mom in the eyes and say, you made this champion that's about to happen, history, you made it. This is not me. All this 11 years of hard work is for you, Amma. So she's more nervous than I am, man, because she knows what this fight means.
Right, I got you. So listen, you said you had some dark phases in your life. Would you say mixed martial arts was one of the saving graces from taking you away from those dark times in your life?
It's the number one, man. Doesn't care what martial art. I wouldn't even say martial arts. I feel like you gotta find something to love, because if you don't love something, why are you gonna fight for it?
Exactly.
So you gotta fight, and I'm lucky enough that we're gonna go back to it because this guy doesn't get enough credit as he should. Joey Rivera, he's just like my mom. Him and his wife could have said, you know what, we don't want you back. You bad repetition. But no, they saw the good in me. They saw how good I am with kids, how if they get me in the right track, what kind of leader I could actually be. And I'm a strong leader. People say that I'm not a ticket seller, that I sell wolf tickets. I don't tell you, I don't know what wolf tickets are because my vocabulary education is really bad, and I'll admit that. So I'm a special ed kid, and I don't use that. Like, I'm serious. I was in the special ed kids. I would say I'm a little bit autistic if you write it back. I'm telling you, I had a teacher walk me to classes. One of my kids from high school that I became best friends is that straight autistic. He was in my class. He actually goes to the gym because of me, because he got bullied on when we were kids, and I'm the kid that stepped up because I knew I could fight. The kid just picked on him because he couldn't fight. Well, because of that, this kid never left my side. And, I'm going to give him a little shout out. Justin, there you go, Skeletor. Thank you for being my fan since we were kids. So,
all right, shout out to Justin. Let me ask you this, what you just said previously, everything's been like, piled up against you. You never felt like you were at the top. Does this always, like, is that feeling of the ultimate underdog always with you? Like, it's always me against the world. I got to win. I got to do this. I got to do that. Like, how does that ultimate underdog motivate you?
Well, first of all, I'm a dreamer, straight up. Since I was a little kid, I grew up in the best generation that anyone could have it. I'm an 80s baby, 88 baby. So I got to see all the great flicks growing up. And, I didn't have cable, so I got to watch videos. And I'm that kid that could watch the same video over and over because that's what inspires me. And I'm a kid that grew up with the Sandlot, Little Giants. Do you know how it is, that Little Giants speech?
Yeah,
when I was a little kid? That one time, that's it. Listening to that speech growing up gave me the confidence doing anything, because when I would wrestle, there would be times where I would get my butt kicked 10 times, but then that one time I end up pinning the kid when it matters. That's all it takes, is that timing. Everything's timing. And I grew up in a generation knowing that. And I also got to grow up in the generation that is coming now. So, like, I get the best of both worlds. Like I told you, I'm a hybrid. Like, I was literally built for this. Like, my dad's a pro boxer, but because my family couldn't afford it and my grandma didn't want me to do it, so my mom didn't even try to get it. Because I guarantee you, if my grandma would have said yes, being a Mexican mom will do anything for their kid. So, follow the footsteps of your dad. Well, that didn't happen. I fell in love with WWF.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I'm a big WWE fan.
Me and my homies, we collected the stick figures, the action figures. We had the rings. We got it so much that like our apartments, we would put poles right there and rope, and we would have people watch us that would just drink and get drunk, in my little neighborhood, do drugs and watch these kids actually think that wrestling is real, where we're actually hitting each other.
So instead of wrestling like the sports entertainers like Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero would do, you would actually shoot wrestle. Like you would, when you would powerbomb somebody, you would actually powerbomb them through a real table.
Well, we didn't have tables; we would have cushions. Because we would go take our cushions from our parents' house and put them out there. But yes, those and cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
But yes, when we hit the grass, that was real. Yes.
So transitioning into from WWE to your mixed martial arts career, you were last actually scheduled to fight with Combate Sports, but due to the pandemic, it got canceled. So listen, looking at your record, you're 7-11. It's not the prettiest record, but listen. For one of the best examples that I've heard about records is Michael Johnson, the UFC fighter for Conor McGregor's teammate, Artem Lobov, right? And the guy has like a 13-14 record. But Michael Johnson said that was the toughest fight of his life because of the way he fought. So, taking that perspective into this question, just because your record isn't pretty doesn't mean you don't know how to fight. 7-11 doesn't mean, hey, I'm a losing fighter. It means like, hey, I've been through some obstacles. I've been through some tough roads, and that's the way it is. How you listen? Your opponent gonna look at the record and be like, it's 7-11. He might take it easy on you. What type of message are you trying to send right now for the next fight?
Is Facebook real?
Facebook is real.
Everything we post though. That's what I'm saying. Everybody thinks just because I post it doesn't mean it's real. And just because you see my record, does that really justify who I am and what I'm about? Because what society is like today is that's what we judge. We judge on the piece of paper. We don't give nobody a chance of who they are, what happened, or what was the outcome. How about we ask about what weights those were at, and how many split decisions I have, and how come 3 of my wins aren't on there? That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm painting it out to be this guy anyways. So, and you know what? I'd rather have this because I'm going to be that kid that people could relate to because I'm realistic. Nobody's perfect. Yes, there's that 1%, the 1%ers, but most of those people that grow up aren't that 1%ers. So I'm over here going to give hope to the people that are actually real, that don't give up. Do you know how hard it is to get up and have a 4-fight lose streak and still take this fight, knowing that I could be on 5? Like that takes a lot of balls. You know how many people are scared to do that? People are scared to take another loss. They're scared to go back to back. I'm not scared, man. I'm a fighter. I'm doing what I was bred for. And I've been studying and I've been testing. And, my last championship was at 155. So I was
So speaking of 155, listen, it looks like you dipped your hands into so many weight classes. Give me a little more, in which weight class did you start off in? And what weight class are you comfortable in? And, do you plan on mixing up the weight classes as you continue your career?
Well, now that we're starting to get to know me, after this, we're probably gonna have a couple more interviews because you're gonna want to ask more questions. So, gotcha. My first fight was in 2009, and that was at 185. Oh. Then I got another one, 175, then 70, then 70, then 85, then 205, then heavyweight. And then I went to prison. I got back. I was skinny, but then got fat again. Mm-hmm. Went to 70. Got my butt kicked twice. Went out to Denver. Dropped weight. Got kicked out of Denver. Came over here, back to Arizona. And Tommy Ortiz gave me a title fight at 155, and I made it for the first time. And there we go, 55. And then, story is my life. I relapsed. I took a fight when I shouldn't have at 70. And then best thing of my life, like I said, that dark place in 2017. And from there on, man, that Andy Perez that people think they know is dead. because now from there on, I've only dropped. The only reason I moved up to 55 for this one is because I have to separate myself from the pack. This is an opportunity that I had to grab. While everybody's scared and saying, "Oh, COVID this, COVID that," I saw a great opportunity. I saw where I'm able to put my name and my legacy above everybody. I'm that kid that waited patiently, that always been, you know, oh, well, no, we're going to take this kid. Well, I could do it. I could do it. No, we're going to take that kid. I'm still the last pick, and they picked the dog. I'm telling you, I was that kid. It's not going to happen no more, man. I saw this. I was like, one thing is I know I can do is I can fight. I'm first American, Chicano. That means I got Mexican heart and American brains. That's the best of both worlds. Like, I'm blessed, man.
So would you call 155 your true weight class if you had to, like, if you had to call a weight class home, which one would you call it?
45.
45?
Yes.
45
Because
is
35 is too deplete, and I think 55 I'm too small because, if we're not in quarantine, I walk around maybe 160, 62.
Wow. I wish I could do that.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm like 5'11 and a half, 6 foot. I walk around like 210. So, I mean, this is for me prior. I had a knee surgery. Like, I completely tore up my knee playing sports. So I had like a 6-hour knee surgery. My knee was never the same. And, as you know, like, I went into school and college, freshman 15 hit me, and I just never recovered from that. So, me personally, I've been trying to do, jujitsu, trying to, help me get flexible, lose weight. But listen, you said your dad was a boxer, and do you have a personal passion for boxing, or do you prefer another martial arts?
My passion is wrestling, but I don't know why, but when you're just naturally good, yeah.
You love the
Because,
mix?
well, the times that I did, like, I really only saw him maybe, I could probably my whole life. Now, because he went to the university for a long, long time. So he just got out, and so I wasn't able to see him. So I could tell you how many times I've had, I've met him, and
Who?
on my hands.
Oh,
But maybe 10 times before this. Before he got out, now we hang out, we box, and I feel like my boxing's got way better.
This is your boxing coach, or?
No, he's not my boxing coach. He's trying to be my best friend right now. We're trying to get to know each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
He's my dad. He's my dad, my legit dad.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're your father. So listen, going into this fight, it's another Perez. You're fighting another guy with your literal last name. How do you view your opponent? What's your game plan for him, honestly?
Well, to slap him and not get slapped?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nate Diaz slaps people in the octagon, so I don't see anything wrong with you trying to slap him too.
And I love Diaz. That me and my I'm telling you, those are our role models. And I like, even though I'm the older brother, I like Nate. I like Nate because my little brother plays like the big role in me because he's more responsible and more. I want to be more goofy and have fun, and
you want to be carefree, screw around, have fun, just enjoy life as it goes.
Yeah.
So listen, let me see. I know, like, there's a big risk in taking a fight, especially a weight class above your preferred weight class, especially when you're on the down end of things. Your mentality when they came to you with the fight offer, what was your first thought? Like, what was your first train of thought thinking, like, okay, they offered me this fight? What'd you think?
Well, I already knew I was going to do it. Mine was like, how am I going to convince my coach to okay it?
Mm.
And I I didn't know it was bare knuckle at first. Like I can't read. I can't read. I can't read.
You saw a fight and you were like, okay, let's do this. Let's go.
I looked at the fight where it said MMA, and then I saw how much I was getting paid. That's cool. All right,
Okay.
bet that.
All right.
Let's go. And it was I want to say a Wednesday night. Me and my teammate were at my house playing video games, and I was asking him to read something, and he's like, "Hey, Perez, you doing bare knuckle, man? MMA?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm definitely fucking this guy up."
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, bare knuckles. Like he's going to feel my knuckles on his face. That's going to be
Well,
amazing.
yeah. Well, like what people don't understand is like, unless you're from our side, like I don't know other people's cultures, but from a Mexican culture, there's probably a 2-bedroom house, and in that 2-bedroom house, there's probably like maybe like 17 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, what happened?
Oh, I think, yeah, there you go.
Okay. There's like 7. There's about maybe all the kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
They drop them off at the grandma's house.
Right.
Well, I grew up with, I want to say 10 cousins at my grandma's house.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing is, if we say something, expect to get hit. That's the rule. And you hit back. If you cry and you tell, you're going to get it worse, and no one's going to want to hang out with you.
It's
So,
kill or be killed, right?
yes, man, especially if you're growing up with Perez, man, my cousins were mean. And they were already wrestling. Like, they were actually wrestlers.
And you were
They
like
wrestled at
behind
Miranda.
them in that case.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what that was. I thought it was WWF. I'm telling you, I was like, I was dumb.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna call you dumb because I'm a big fan of WWE, and I've seen the athletes, the sports engineers work at it. And it ain't easy, you know. Injuries happen there the same way. It's just that they have a different way of classifying it. Listen.
Yes. Well, the injuries, they just the only difference between theirs and us is they know who's gonna win. We
Yeah,
don't know.
like hey,
Everything else is real.
exactly. Like, you know, I get personally, I get mad when people like, you know, try to say like, it's like, listen, there's like, it's not completely fake, you know, like I've seen someone's two tooths go straight into their mouth, you know, after they bounced off the ring post, you know, it's crazy. Like, you know, I get mad personally because like, you know, I say these athletes, you know, they train, they do jujitsu, they do their boxing, and it's just that, you know, sometimes they know what's gonna happen, and sometimes they don't. You know, it's the way of things. But you know, with your big love of WWE and you know your cousin's greediness behind you, um, listen, your goal right now. You know, you said this is a new you right now. You know, you got a new chapter in your life. You're rejuvenated. You have new motivation. There's a new fire inside you. You know, if you can string a couple of wins together, are you looking towards, you know, Dana White's Contender Series, the Ultimate Fighter, even Bellator perhaps, or maybe a one championship? What are you looking at?
Well, I don't want to. Man, I don't want to be cocky, but dude, I'm about to make history. After this, Dana White's gonna have to let me in the Contender Series, or you know, like what else do I gotta do? Like I went. Like I've been a fan of Dana White, of the Ultimate Fighter, since Diego Sanchez of Ultimate Fighter 1. And from there, I can tell you each episode, I'm a geek when it comes down to it. All his things he talks about is, okay, one episode is, well, if you want something, say it. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you, Dana White, this is what I want, and this is what I'm coming after. And then he says, okay, well, then don't fight out of your weight class. Well, I'm not fighting out of my weight class. All the stuff that he's preached about, I could answer everything, and I'm ready for it. So there's no need for him not to. I got the fan base. What else do I need? I've been at it for fucking 9 years. Well, I'm sorry I made mistakes, but that's what life is. And, you know, I took fights when I shouldn't have. But that's because at the end of the day, I'm a fighter. And what's a fighter going to do? If you put two dogs that are fighters, are they going to talk? Come on, man. Might as well use me what I am. I'm a workhorse, man. No one fights as much as I do or anybody. Like, all my losses are split decisions to the number one in their state. Freaking Ray Rodriguez, he's probably he was in the Contender Series. He's probably going to the UFC because of my fight and his, because it was such a banger. Kevin Natividad, that kid got lucky. They gave him a gift. I whooped his ass. Pue Eduardo, he's going to get a title shot for Combate America for 135. So that tells you I'm not fighting no scrubs. And everybody else says, oh, well, Perez is on a 4-5 lose streak. Yes, I also was on a 4-5 lose streak fighting. After that first one, I fought another contender, top contender. After I lost that one, I fought another contender. Lost that one, I fought another contender. Lost that one, now I'm fighting this guy. Well, it shows you that when it comes down to the grit and heart, I got it. So why isn't there no reason to back me up? I got the heart. That's what America's about, right?
Yep.
You know, right now, rebuilding your life, starting a new life, because this was not our territory, right? Everybody else came from somewhere else. This is their second chance. This is what America's about. Why do we hold that the records need to be great to be a star? No, a star should be that person that gives everybody hope. And that's me, man. That's why I'm different than everybody else. I got that thug mentality, but I'm also a sweetheart, and I'm also loyal as hell. Why do you think if something goes down, they call me? I'm Joey's number one goon.
Yep.
If anyone needs to set history, he put me in it, because I put all the hard work into it. When no one's there at the gym, it's me. It's me and him. He knows what I need to do, and he knows that what I need to do so well. He didn't even need to come up with me. That's how much confidence he has.
All right. So another question is this your first fight with Sparta, or have you fought for them before?
Nah, this is actually my first fight, and I'm the co-main event. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, it says a lot. It says a lot. Big boy, big name, golden boy. So, so far, just examining, how's your relationship been with Sparta so far in this, the small amount of time you had with them? Have they been good? They treated you well? They explained everything carefully?
Well, right now, they're treating me better than that crappy show that's starting to be in Arizona, Rough, which wait till WFF comes back and takes over that, because Joel Lopez is a snake.
I see. So like, you definitely happier place with Sparta. Do you want to make a splash? You want to stay in the bare knuckle scene, or do you want to go back into the MMA scene?
Man, I don't know, man. I'm whatever's gonna pay me more money or open up more doors. That's it. Like, at the end of the day, this is my job, and I gotta watch out for my network, and I gotta do what's best for me. And even though I want to go to Contender Series, I'm not gonna degrade myself just for that, for the name. No, I'm gonna go with whoever's gonna pay me more, because whoever's paying me more, that's who wants me more. So whoever wants me more is gonna use me more, right?
Yep.
So I'm a gold mine, so might as well put money in there, or food in their kids' mouths, and put food in my kids' mouths, because I want everybody to eat. Like, everybody thinks, oh, we got to be no, man. I want you to make money, and me. So I just don't want you sitting at my table. You could sit over there and talk your shit, and let's fight. You sell your tickets, let's do it. Just remember, don't cross no lines, because if you do, I did go to prison, and I do live by that code. So, like, people forget, there's certain things you don't say to me that, just because I'm a nice kid and geeky and whatever, I did pay my dues and stuff that people wouldn't do. So.
All right. So going into this, couple of last questions. You're also, your opponent, do you want to make a statement with against another Perez? You want to dominate him, finish him off, or do you want to provide the fans with a 3-round or 5-round war?
Well, the fans would like that, but I don't think my body would like that. So, like I said, I do love my fans, but, are they willing to risk me that one war that could have me out for the rest of the year? Or if I get these quick bop, bop, show everybody that I'm this new golden boy reborn and fight 5 times this year.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's better to save your body, get 5 fights in, get more money in, provide even more action for the, like at the end of the day, I understand, fans want to see 5-round wars from these fighters. And sometimes, these 5-round wars, they only happen once a year because the guy gets hurt for the, tears his ACL or something, he's out for the year. But, if you fight 5 times, provide quick finishes, that's 5 quick highlight reel finishes for you and your fans to enjoy. Listen, you got a prediction for the fight? You gonna knock him out, or you gonna, you gonna knock him out with your right hand or your left hand? What are you calling
it? Knock him out with a slap to the face. 5-2-0 slap. How cool would that be?
Oh, listen, if you can legitimately just like slap him Boss Rutten style and knock him out, man, listen, I think you got a forever fan in me. Like, if you are able to be like, hey, boss says hi, slaps him, and then knocks him out, man, you probably end up on ESPN. Like, you'd be like ESPN's top 10. This local fighter in Wyoming knocks out this guy, How would you feel about that, ending up on ESPN with like a slap knockout?
Like a kid that turned into a man and made shit happen. All right. But hey, remember, we're both Perez's at the end of the day. Like, I'm not underestimating him, and I know that he probably has the same heart that I have, and he probably has his own struggles too, because only crazy people fight, or that are trying to change something, or that got something that hurt them. I don't know, because why would you want, like, besides hurting somebody, like, and being crazy, why would you want to do this? Only crazies want to do this. So he's a Perez, I'm a Perez. I guess where I come from, if we want something, we fight for it, and I'm fighting for the name. So, like, I know he has his own Perez system, but that shit ain't going to work for me because, I'm a Perez, and I'm a Joey Rivera, Nicole Rivera goon. So, like, whatever he's going to have, I'm already one step ahead of him. So.
All right, so looks like we're both almost out of time. But hey, listen, Andy the Golden Boy Perez will be facing Derek Perez in the co-main event of the second ever sanctioned BKB MMA bout for the Sparta Sports Entertainment. So listen, wishing you all the best luck in the world. Listen, I'm praying for a knockout. I'll be looking in. I'll be on Twitter. I'll be on watching and trying to listen. And hopefully, man, I hope you knock him out. The team from Overtime Heroics wishes you good luck. And man, any last words?
I just want to say thank you to my Arizona, because I'm owned by my people. My people put in for me. I got like a sponsorship by everybody. So that's, when I represent these colors right here, it's from my town. It's not, I just didn't get Tucson. I just didn't get Phoenix. I got the whole state. So, that's what's pretty cool about being from Arizona and being Mexican. Even if your record sucks, they're still going to back you up because, we loyal and we love our people, and we Aztec warriors, and we fight. And, make sure you tune in Saturday for Sparta and use my code Andy Perez. I got to show people why I'm a ticket seller. I guarantee you, once you see me fight, you're gonna be a fan for life. I guarantee you.
All right, Saturday, August 15th. Don't miss out on the Golden Boy in action. And Andy, once again, thank you for joining in. This is Kevin from Overtime Heroics, and I'm knocking out.